Hello, my fellow modeling and tabletop gaming enthusiasts, and welcome back to the Mediocre Modeler Show. Kind of a short and sweet episode this week. Remember, I promised there would be some follow-ons to the Adepticon Hobby Swag Haul episode. So this is going to be part two of the Hobby Swag episode. Potentially a part three coming. I was hoping to do just one more additional part to this, but I got kind of excited, so we're just going to do a second one, and then we'll showcase some other stuff later on once I receive that. So without any further ado, let's head on down and see what else I managed to get kind of at Adepticon, but not really because it was after Adepticon, but I got it using a special Adepticon discount code. Alrighty, so to start off, we had our complimentary free frame of stuff from Warlord Games. From, what is this, immortalminiatures.com. We have some Ancient Greek hoplites. I think the last one I got were like Russian Revolution or Russian Napoleonic soldiers. Probably not a whole lot I'm going to use, except those bits look kind of cool. Some little gladiuses and spears. Yeah, you know, never say never. Never thought I'd be getting into half the stuff I'm into now. But yes, okay. So the main reason this Victory at Sea USS Iowa. They did not have one available at Adepticon, so I ordered it. I'll take a quick looky look. So this has got our little card clips and our data card for good old, man, this is shaking a lot. For the good old Gray Ghost herself, the USS Iowa in her 1943 fit, Key 1. Well, thank you, Key 1. So there we've got our superstructure, one of our towers or smokestacks, our three 16-inch 45s. I'm going to have to straighten one of those out a little bit. And then we've got our aircraft crane back there. Much bigger than the tiny little Fletcher-class destroyer that I've got sitting out on my workbench right now. Very nicely done. Not entirely sure how accurate that is. And there should, okay, there are some 40 mil tubs at the back. Whatever, doesn't matter. All good. She gonna be good. And then, of course, Iowa class battleship. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that was the main reason that I placed this order, was to get the Iowa. And then we got some ancillary stuff to go along with it. I'm not going to bother putting all that stuff away just yet. So then as I'm perusing the Victory at Sea stuff, I'm like, I've got like 3 cruisers and 6 destroyers, 3 subs, 4 things of torpedo boats. Might as well get another cruiser, so we went ahead and got the mother of all cruisers, the USS Alaska. Of course, an Alaska-class cruiser, which was kind of like a heavy cruiser, super heavy cruiser. Basically, the closest the U.S. ever got to a battle cruiser. So again, we have our little card clips. We've got our card there, nothing really to show there. We'll take a look at it. There's one stupid thing that I noticed, that just, not stupid on anyone else's part, just me noticing little piddly things. So then again, we've got our 12-inch turrets. We've got parts of the superstructure. We've got the aircraft catapults. And I think we've got the aircraft cranes. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so USS Alaska. See, her airplane catapults go right there amidships, which is kind of weird because even with cruisers, they're at the stern. This is labeled as an Alaska-class battleship. Historically incorrect, but we'll give it to them. I mean, it's practically a battleship. It was as close to a battleship as you're going to get. She had the big, I mean, she had 12-inch guns, which were as big as some of the older battleships. I mean, North Carolina, South Dakota class all had 16-inch, where I think the older stuff had 14-inch. Anything in service might have been 14 or bigger. There might have been some of the really old ones, maybe, that had 12-inch guns. But the Alaska-class cruisers were basically the American battle cruiser in everything but name. They were just classified as a heavy cruiser. There were only 2. There was the Alaska and the Guam. Unfortunately, neither survived to this day. But these were meant to be cruiser killers. So basically the armament of a battleship, the speed of a fast battleship, but the armor of a cruiser. I think these things were designed to be able to hit 33 knots, which is pretty crazy. But no, pretty cool. Okay, I don't want to lose anything. She'd look pretty weird without her main battery. Okay, picked up just a 5th rate frigate frame for Victory at Sea, or Black Seas, because I've only got 2 that I could do for my Americans, and then my 2 heavy frigates, United States and Constitution. Whereas I've got 4 or 5 brigs that I could do. I honestly can't remember. 4 brigs. Whatever, not important. And then, of course, I had to order some extra sails. I did not have enough sails. I got an incorrect sheet of sails with my Master and Commander starter box. Combine this with one that I ordered previously. Didn't think I have enough. Turns out I probably did. But now I've got 4 sheets of sails, both the bark tanned and the regular ones here. So that's pretty cool. Just fun little side project kind of thing. And then finally, ordered myself a heavy bazooka team for Conflict 47. We'll take a quick look at these. I love the clamshells, but sometimes they're tough to get open. And, of course, Becky, as always, my favorite Warlord employee. Becky, always packing my stuff, taking such a good care of all of our models. I mean, really just your basic armored infantry body, except that we do have this heavy bazooka. I don't know if it's actually a heavy bazooka, but, you know, armored bazooka. Pretty cool. One thing that I found out, which is actually really neat now, since the heads are separate on most of these models, they work really well for head swaps. So I've got a heavy armor officer converted to be a Marine officer who's wearing the field cap, and then 2 bodyguards, essentially, just using the standard plastic Marine heads. And they look pretty cool. They're in the process of being painted right now. So that's going to be the start of my all-new Conflict 47 army. Hopefully things don't get too derailed with all the tariffs and stuff coming in, but we'll see what happens. Well, folks, Warlord Games strikes again. I got all the goodies. All the goodies. Couldn't help myself. So I couldn't find the Iowa when I was at Adepticon. They didn't have one for Victory at Sea, which was kind of a bummer. But they did have a discount code where I think it still might be good. It's only been a week since the con, where you can get 50% off your order. 15. So it was Sunday night of Adepticon. I was online. I'd just gotten home earlier that day. And I was already on the Warlord Games website. As always, I'm finding all kinds of stuff that I like and just decide that I need to have. So went ahead and first added the Iowa and then the Alaska. Started adding other stuff, trying to, you know, and just trying to get right around to that $80 free shipping. Because it's like, well, I'm going to pay the $20 in shipping. So, you know, it gets to be kind of washed. So it's like if you're at $60, you're going to get paid $20 in shipping. So you're at $80. Why not just, you're going to spend $80 anyway. Why not just add more product, get more product, then you get the free shipping? Kind of what it amounted to. I was trying not to spend any more than $80. It ended up being like 81 something and change. So it took a little bit of finagling, going back and forth, trying to figure out what it was exactly that I wanted to get. So that's why I kind of had an odd assortment of stuff. But that's where we end up. So all stuff I'm excited to have. Even, you know, even a new frigate in sales. I mean, it's Black Seas is kind of one of those things where it seems really bizarre to have so much fun painting and rigging sailing ships in such a small scale, but it's actually really surprising. I really, really enjoy it. And I mean, I'm looking across at the 4 ships in a little over 3 years. Yeah, that sounds right. 2022, I think, is when I first started working on it. I've managed to do 4 ships, 2, one American brig, 1 American frigate, 1 French brig, and 1 French frigate. And I started the French first. I've got 2 brigs ready to, I mean, they're primed. I just got to start painting. So I want to do a painting tutorial on them. But, man, I just got busy. And I'm going to be busy for a lot, which is good. I am going to be really busy for a while. And that's okay. I'm happy with that. I got a lot of cool stuff to do. So, yeah. But I'm still going to try and make sure we're getting videos out every week for you guys. So yeah, that was kind of the second part of the Adepticon hobby haul. Oh, okay. So found out a couple of things. So one thing I did find out at Adepticon, I brought this up with both of their representatives from Warlord Games HQ. The shipping deal. So it's I've apparently just gotten very lucky in the 3 orders that I'd placed up to that point, where everything ended up basically coming over, being shipped overnight. Turns out they got it's just the proximity of their warehouse to a fairly decent sized airport that has a FedEx hub, I guess. I think I can't remember exactly what they call it, like Midlands Airport or something. I can't remember, but I think that has something to do with it. However, this most recent order I placed, so I placed it Sunday, shipped on Wednesday, and it actually went UPS, and it did not arrive next day. It was second day. So it came on Friday, which, considering it had been less than a week since I had ordered, it was free shipping, and it came from, you know, the other side of the world. Okay, I'm not going to complain about that at all. Yeah, so it's kind of a fun thing. So, yeah, so that's kind of how I've been spending my money lately. Now I'm going to have to find the time to paint all this stuff and learn to play some of these games. But, yeah, it'll be good. It's always good. So, yeah. I know. Everybody just loves looking at loot hauls. I mean, I watched at least 2 or 3 other YouTube videos of what people picked up from Adepticon. So, it's pretty good stuff. So, yeah, I hope that was enjoyable for you. Hopefully, some of this stuff you'll see on the painting bench or on videos at some point in the near future. I know I'm hoping to do a video on my kind of what I envision based off of what limited information we have on the army I want to build for new Conflict 47. Hashtag new conflict. NUKONFLIC. No. I'll see if I can put it on screen what I mean. New conflict. But conflict, not NEU, NU conflict. Yeah. We're going to make that a thing, people. All right? We're going to make that a thing. Okay, so as always, if you feel so inclined, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit those links down below. Check out the Wisconsin Maritime Museum website. Find out progress on the USS Cobia dry dock project. And if you are able, please think about offering a small donation. You can also check out my social media, Facebook and Instagram, see what's going on there, and definitely hit up that Warlord Games link down below. Go get yourself some cool stuff, see how quick it arrives. I would encourage anyone that's thinking about it to probably do it sooner rather than later. If you live here in the United States, especially. This is not trying to be political, but everything will be facing a 10% price increase due to the tariffs. And it's my understanding that the de minimis exemption is going away. So everything is about to get a minimum 10% more expensive. So if you are thinking about it, or if you are on the fence, I would strongly encourage you to go ahead and get those orders in so they can get to you before any of that stuff takes effect. So just kind of a public service announcement for the week from Mediocre Modeling Studios. Okay, so until next time, folks, I hope you all have a good one. And may your paints be thin, your brushes be pointy, and your dice be hot.